Or what steps would you want to take to progress your bond with God?
I would say that my family is also a believer of God, so that brings me pretty close, as close as it can be.
Do they know that you do?
Yes.
How do they feel about that?
They feel amazing that I'm doing something that I love.
Wait, your family feels amazing that you're doing OnlyFans?
That I'm doing something that I love, yeah.
Wait, do you love it?
I love it. I do every day, so I have a strong passion.
If you didn't make
Are your
money,
parents religious?
I just said that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So when you tell your dad that you have sex with men for money, is he highly supportive or no?
Yeah.
Yeah? He says, good job? Mm-hmm. Does he give you a nice pat on the head and say, go get stuff for that cash, girl? Is that what your highly religious father says? I'm just curious. I'm just curious, honestly. I want to know. Does he say, good job, sweetheart? I'm glad you're taking a stranger's peen in order to make that money just as God intended. Does he say something like that to you?
No, not exactly what you are trying to describe, he would say, but I would say he is supportive.
Oh.
Well, I got a question. You said that you love doing OnlyFans. You can do splitting. So you love doing OnlyFans, right?
I love it.
But would you do it if you weren't making money?
If I wasn't making money on OnlyFans,
Like, let's say, would you produce the kind of content that you're producing? Would you make it, shoot it, etc.?
for what?
Well, like for example, an artist, right?
For just
an artist could make minimal or no money,
Mm-hmm.
but they love painting or drawing, and they don't do it for money,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you said that you love doing OF.
Mm-hmm.
Do you love it? Like, would you do it if you weren't making money?
Yes.
Could I butt in?
Yeah.
Girls
wasn't.
Go on, do you want to carry on?
I wasn't really making money in the beginning, like before I started, like OF. Like I was just posting like hot pictures that I would just
you got to build up
post.
your audience, but it was
Like
I assume,
that was like not.
But I assume it was with the intention of one day it being profitable. Like most content creators, they don't start out just making money.
Yeah.
But they're doing it perhaps, with the intention of it one day being profitable. Same with businesses. Businesses aren't immediately profitable, but you do it because one day it will be, or you hope it will be.
You can make art profitable if you want it to be.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. But there's plenty of people who engage in things they love, for example, creating art, without
Getting profit.
making money.
Mm-hmm. Which I was doing before, so I would definitely do it after.
Okay, you wanted to
Yeah, no, just saying, like, understand that, again, I know, like, back in England, girls go through their slaggy stage, as they want to say. So, again, like, if you're going through that stage and you want to earn money, like, why not be on OnlyFans? Like, why not take advantage of... Again, like, I was a big gamer back in the day when I was a bit uglier. Like, if someone told me to, stream gaming and you're going to get paid, why not? If a girl loves having sex and she's going to get paid, why not? If I got paid to have sex, which I do, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, let us get into this.
Adam and
we?
Eve loved it when they were reproducing, so why not?
It's a
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something. If somebody says that they follow Christian ethics and Jesus Christ, do you think that Jesus Christ would want them to be a prostitute? Can I just get a yes or no from you? No. From their view?
No, of course not. But
Gribbon
of course
Motorsports donated $200.
Yeah, thank you,
Andrew, this
Gribbon.
vapid 304 just needs some
Strumpet.
truth in love
Strumpet.
and some nice talk. Maybe a female pastor and a nice new t-shirt. Or maybe she is going to hell until she understands her sins and repents.
Leave Nala 2.0 alone. Now, back to where we were at here. I'm just asking you, if you don't mind. Of course not is the answer, right? So the answer would be no. So you've given your own reason for why probably a person who expresses that they follow Jesus Christ probably should not do right?
isn't that just being a slave to your religion?
You should
But
be a slave.
the thing is, like, even if she has done pornography, she's not going to be
Let me
like,
answer
just
his
like.
question.
Wait,
Hang on.
Cindy, let him
Hang
answer.
on, relax. As opposed to being a slave to your lust?
So what? Sorry.
As opposed to being a slave to your lust, or as opposed to being a slave for the material? I would say that it's actually the opposite of enslavement to reject materialism and dishonoring your own body for the purpose of material gain. Do you think that people who do that are honorable? Do you consider that to be an honorable profession?
Again, I'm an atheist, but like to me, God is money. So like, if you've got no money, you can't do nothing in this world. And if you want to make the money,
why can't you do anything in this world without money?
Because you'll be homeless, you won't eat, you won't drink. There ain't going to be some magic man, there ain't going to be a magic God going to feed me. Do you know what I mean? I need to make money, and I need to make it now. Again,
how much money do you need to make?
I just need to make money.
Yeah, but how much?
It don't matter how much. I need to make money. I need to pay bills. I need to look after my family.
Yeah, so what you're talking about is a distinction between the ends and means. So if you say that you need to have the means because the end is something noble, like having a family, having a house, having things for which you can provide for the people around you,
you provide,
then
so
yes,
providing is money.
Hang on, let me finish. Hang on. Then yes, there's nothing evil about that. That is a means to a just end. But if you're just chasing money for the end itself, that would be evil. That would be an embrace of pure materialism and hedonism. Why would that be good? Why would that be that would be enslavement? You would be enslaving yourself to the material.
No, definitely not. I'd rather be in Burberry and
definitely
drive a Ferrari.
So. How would you not be a slave to the material if all you did was focus on money as an end in and of itself? That would be true enslavement.
It's just not though, is it?
Yeah, no, it just is though, isn't it?
It's just not.
I like.
No, it just is though. It just isn't though is not an argument though. Just so you know,
It's just boring. I'll be honest, but yeah, I'll let you carry on. It's fine.
Okay. I just think that even if someone wants to get into prostitution, it's like it's not the end of the world. Like they can still like pray and think of God and have a relationship.
Yeah, but don't connect
everyone.
Don't connect.
It's not like the end of the world.
Well,
like you're making it sound like as soon as she watches pornography, it's like
murder if they choose to,
she
because
gets
God
like
will forgive them,
burned or something. Like she turns into dust as soon as she watches.
That's not what he's saying. I feel like the problem is that you're connecting the act itself with God, and you're trying to justify it when there's no justification at all. And no one's bashing you for the act, but it's the connection that you're trying to make and justify it when it doesn't make sense. You doing OF, there's like me personally, I see nothing wrong with it. I'm not agreeing with how you're using God's name to glorify something that in God's definition shouldn't be glorified at all.
Mm-hmm.
Your response, Cindy?
So I don't agree with that because like what is like to justify? Like you don't know.
But what do you
anything
It means
about,
to have a grounded foundation for a
justified?
belief. That's what justification is, a grounded foundation for a belief. A thing which you appeal to for the grounding of the foundation of a belief. That's what justification is.
Okay, so I enjoy my job, and if someone has an opinion on it, why should I care about their opinion?
Can I chime in?
Well, it's not actually a matter of you caring about their opinion. So you were asking, what is justification? Justification would be a grounding for belief, meaning something you would appeal to. In this case, you're just appealing to you. You say, because I want to do it, it's good. Because I want it, it's good. That's it. That's your whole appeal. Just appealing to you for you, right?
Right, and that's all that matters. As long as you're happy, healthy, and you have loving people around you, that's all that matters.
Why is your happiness the only thing that matters? Like, for instance,
why is the happiness that's the only thing that matters? Like, do you want me to be emo and sad and just like sit at home?
Well,
and,
for
like,
instance,
isolate
if you're
myself?
a mother of a child, I could see where getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to feed the child could make you unhappy.
Okay, but that's your baby. You're a mother.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess you have higher duties than just your own fucking happiness, don't you?
But what about a sub's happiness?
What's that?
The people consuming the content, it'll make them happy. Because she's not sending content.
Okay, but I need you to think about what you're saying here, right?
But then again,
it's possible. Yeah, I can answer to this.
People
Go ahead.
also send nudes to the partner or whoever else for free. So is that not wrong morally by God?
Is it morally wrong for the guys that send dick pics in my DMs every single day?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is, but no one's saying that it's not. That's the problem. We're
just
for
accepting
your
that it's a
justification.
sin and that God like wouldn't like it.
So
but
you're
you can
saying-
believe in
So
God.
they're horrible.
Wow.
and you're horrible. Both of you are
Both of
fucking
them-
horrible.
both of y'all are
So,
wrong.
See,
There's
see what
no
I mean?
right or
It's
wrong
not.
in
It's
that
not either or.
Yeah,
It's
there's
not
no
a
right or wrong.
bifurcation. They suck, and you suck. Both. It's both and. They're immoral bastards, and you're immoral. Right?
It's not.
Both of those things.
It's not, because they just like want someone to talk to, and I'm here. I'm here
Dylan
for them.
Lolly donated
Yeah, thank you,
$200. Sorry I'm late tonight. God forgives when you live in his word. Degenerates like Yala, why Sodom and Gomorrah burned. God is love and wrath.
Damn.
I
Thank
agree
you.
with what he said
Thank
with
you,
the.
Dylan.
No, I
Appreciate
agree
it.
with what he said with the
Yeah.
God forgives when you live in His word.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can use God. You can use God forgives as your argument behind what you're doing, but with how you're living and the line you're leading, there's nothing like that really. I'm sorry.
But like, how do you know like the life that I live?
You just told us.
Because God tells you that being
I
too
told
bad.
you.
God says being too bad.
not
So if God says
prostitution.
being too bad, and then you do the thing God says is bad, that
Having
means you're
sex
doing a
for money
bad thing,
is
which means you're bad.
prostitution. It
So do
can
you
be
think-
voluntarily.
What if I want to be a
but
bad
it's still the
girl?
same.
You're not
And
getting
don't
paid.
connect
No,
God
you-
and
well,
girl
that's
with whatever
fine.
you're doing.
You can be a bad girl.
Without
Do you
God.
think though, like with
You're
OnlyFans?
being, but let's not pretend that when you put a cross on your throat to garble a dick online in order to make it a little extra bad girlish, that you're following Jesus Christ. That's insane.
I still
Right.
follow.
I mean, it can be seen as
Um,
offensive, like when people wear like the sexy nun costumes for Halloween.
Yeah.
So that's like what we're trying to say is like when you put God into something that's like
Blasphemy.
it becomes fetishized,
Exactly.
which is
And
like
if you-
interesting.
And if you truly connected and you knew God's path and what He wanted His followers to be like, then you would know that what you're doing has no connection to Him.
But you can still believe in
You
God.
can definitely still believe in God, but don't connect the act of what you're doing with
Yeah.
God and try
That
to
He would be okay
try
with
to
it.
gain off of that and say that it's justifiable in His eyes when it clearly isn't. And you can make that your argument with your brand, but just know that it isn't right.
We're gonna read.
to each his own.
We're gonna